Michelle, thank you so much for taking time to visit Kigali Genocide Memorial. Just walked through the museum. You paid respect to the victims of the genocide against the Tutsi. I wanted to hear your impression after the visit.
This museum is the first memorial, is the first place that I visited, and this is my first visit in Rwanda. I must say I'm a little overwhelmed by the whole experience, as I think anyone who finds themselves faced with so much heartbreak and horrors of what happened to your beautiful country and many beautiful faces, especially when you walk through and you see all those babies who should have had a future. But I must say, by the end of the tour, and thank you to our wonderful guide, who I believe also has family who's buried here. So I appreciate very much how he wants to tell the story, and I think as a storyteller myself, storytelling is very important, especially when it comes from where it matters the most, from the people that it happened to, and people who lived through it, and the future generation, the next generation who hears about it and still feel the impact of it all. This was 30 years ago, and I can't even begin to say prayers for the hundreds and thousands and millions of souls that were lost so tragically. But what I am most inspired now at the sort of end of my little walk about and having paid respects to is the remembrance, the thought of remembrance and learning from it. And I think the motto for this place, for this memorial place, is to inspire people to say, yes, this happened, but we must learn to have kindness in our hearts with each other, for each other, to each other, so that we can move forward. Because if we don't move forward, then whatever hatred that the horrible people planted in our previous generation will continue to live with us for, unfortunately, a long time. So for us, it's how we prevent it and stop that. And as I read the end messages as I'm leaving, is the kindness, don't forget, remember, but you have to learn to forgive and move forward with each other. Because at the end of the day, this is your country and you are Rwanda's people.
What do you think are the lessons the world could learn from Rwanda's resilience? You just touched a little bit about it, but if you think there's something very specific that you think the world could learn from Rwanda's journey of rebuilding, of resilience.
I think it's very sad when people are instilled hatred in your communities and taught to be divided, and this action of divisiveness even prevails today in a lot of our society. And this is something that we should learn. It should not move forward. Our world cannot tolerate another kind of this kind of us fighting amongst ourselves, because this is our planet. It belongs to all of us together, and we are working hard to make it better. With climate change, there's so many things going wrong and if we fight amongst each other, we'll never have a better place. So horrible things, tragedies that happened in the past should serve as a lesson, a very hard lesson, but a lesson learned so that we can move forward as a whole, united front.
As an artist, I know how powerful art can be in spreading a message to a wider population, and how art can contribute to rebuilding, to reuniting people. I would like to ask you, if, as an artist, if you got a message for young people especially, and also for the artists as well, about what they can do to use their craft in making a difference, in bringing people together, a message of humanity, a message of peace?
You just put it all in a nutshell. I think that's what we all do as artists in whatever medium or form, as you bring under art. As with films, of course, with TV series, with that visual media, it comes across more impactful because it's right in your face, as we say. But for example, all this imagery that you have, these posters, these photographs and things, it just leaves a sense of memory to whoever's seeing it, and also a sense of, but what I love is you see the smiling faces. Because once that goes away, then we live in a horrible world. So, as artists, we have our different ways and means to communicate, to tell a story. And everybody, I think we are very blessed in the sense that around the world, globally, here in Asia, back in Hollywood or whatever, we all find our own voice to tell a story. And I think that's the most important thing. As a young artist, is find your voice, find your people, find your stories, and then the world is ready for you.
It's been a real pleasure to have you here. And I hope as you go back home, you will be an ambassador of peace, ambassador of humanity. And as we continue spreading that message, the world will keep being better and better.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think all of us are ambassadors for peace. All of us are ambassadors for humanities. Remember, we have a superpower, and that's kindness. We all have that. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time.
No.